After their mom lost her battle to cancer 8 years ago, their dad had been a pillar of strength. In the quiet of the early summer morning, Ashley felt the sadness again in her heart, the way she would always feel it when she thought about her mom. But it was hard to imagine how any of them might have survived that time if it hadn't been for their dad's faith. A faith he fanned into a flame for all of them. She pictured her dad now, healthy and happy, married to their mother's friend, Elaine, and excited about his retirement years. Most of the family was here in Bloomington, but Ashley's sister Erin and her husband Sam and their 4 girls lived in Texas again. Dane, too, lived far away. He and his wife, Katie, and their 2 kids spent most of their time in Los Angeles at the beach house they had in Malibu. Just last week, the local family had met here at the old Baxter house for Sunday dinner, and her dad had smiled big. "Elaine and I are planning on more travel this fall. Spend a little time in Texas watching the girls' soccer games. Maybe go to L.A. when Dane makes his next movie." Her dad chuckled, his eyes dancing with life. "He says we can be extras. Can't pass up that offer." Ashley took another few sips of her coffee and let the faithfulness of God settle in around the tender places of her soul. "You've been so good to us, Lord, giving us a love that defines family, and it all started with my parents." She paused in the silent prayer and looked up at the blue sky over Bloomington. They'd had their days of sorrow, certainly, maybe more than most families. But even then, God had made them closer, stronger, and always their Father was at the center. "Thank you for him, Lord." Ashley smiled, warmed by the sun streaming through the window and the memories of the past 13 years. She would forever be grateful for her parents' tenacious love and determination to see her through her rebellious years, for loving her when she returned from Paris and wanted nothing to do with them. So much had happened since then, so many seasons. What will the coming years look like, Lord? What brilliant moments of joy, what moments of growth, what times of heartache are ahead? For a moment, just thinking about the possibility of unknown sorrows seized her heart and brought a rush of fear. She exhaled, feeling her fears fade as quickly as they had come. Whatever the future held, she didn't need to be afraid. Good and bad times were a part of life. As her dad always said, "This too shall pass." And through the years, that had been true. Nothing stayed the same except this: God's faithfulness and the love they had for each other. Ashley watched Landon brush the dirt off his hands onto his jeans and walk up the path to the back door and into the kitchen. He still looked like the young firefighter she'd fallen in love with a decade before. He grinned when he saw her. "Aren't you the most beautiful girl in the world?" He had a smudge of dirt on his cheek, but his blue eyes were all she could see. He came to her and took her gently into his arms. "It's always the same feeling, Ash, every time I see you." He whispered near the side of her face, holding her body close against his. "What's that?" She looked into his soul, consumed with a love that had been tested by time, a love without limits. "What do you feel?" "Like somewhere, sometime, at some point, I must have done something right." He kissed her, stirring the always near passion between them. "Because in all his love and mercy, God Almighty chose to give me you." She felt her smile start in her heart and fill her face. This time she initiated the kiss, and after a minute or so, they both drew back, breathless, as quiet laughter filled the slight spaces between them. The feel of his face against hers would always be one of Ashley's greatest pleasures. "You have it all wrong." She worked her hands up into his hair, and he did the